Hi guys, Martin from Belief. In this video we're going to look at how to include a gold price graph into a post or page on your website. The graphing page, the standalone graphing page on your website has reshaped itself a little, and we'll have a look at that. And we've also replaced the inflation graph and the RBA graph. Some of this you might have to do yourself unless you submit a ticket and have us do that for you, which may take a little time because it's not essential. And I'll just talk a little bit about those changes. First of all, if I jump into this page, this is the standalone graphing page on your website. It's just a page that's linked from the top here, this top bar across here that shows the current cash rate, which is probably due to change with, if it doesn't change, I'll give you 10 grand. It has to increase in the next RBA board meeting. I'm guessing it'll increase by 25 basis points. In Australia dollar, the conversion there, the daily Australian dollar, and inflation 3.6. This 3.6 figure is quarterly inflation. Some guys have mentioned, in fact one guy only I think has mentioned that it wasn't correct, and it won't be correct and hasn't been correct because it publishes quarterly figures. So if you're expecting to see a monthly figure, it won't show that. However, in November 2025, so just a couple of months ago, the RBA started publishing monthly inflation figures, which they've never done before, and they also provide more information on the basket of goods assessment and so on. So we're able now to access that information. However, the November 2025 release is obviously based on the October 2025 quarter, and they've only published 5 months of historical data. So it doesn't give us enough information to completely replace our existing graphs just yet. However, it does give us enough information to always publish the most up-to-date monthly inflation figure, and we will start doing that. So you select this icon, it returns this page. Now I'm going to point three things out, but the focus, I guess, is gold. First of all, the RBA graph has changed just a little bit. This will go through two more changes, by the way. We just had to get it changed quickly because there was a marginal error, slight error in the way in which data was returned to us. So we just decided to replace the graph only for the purpose of including these three values. They're trend lines on the CPI, the inflation, and the rate. So that will there's an FAQ that deals with the new shortcode, but the old shortcode will replace the rendered graph with the graph that I'm showing you there. So we're giving a 1 month grace period. The reason being is this graph doesn't include as many customization options. Historically, we allowed you to change the color of the bars, the color of the tooltips, the color of text, all that sort of stuff. The transparency of everything, these line colors and all sorts of stuff, and nobody ever changed them because shortcode is inherently complex, whereas just including a simple shortcode is an absolute piece of cake. However, when you introduce attributes which alter the output of any object on your page, it just becomes a little messy. So the graph is as we see there, and that's that. Now, I've been talking about for a couple of months replacing the inflation graph, and I've done that here. I will include rate data. On one version of this graph we do. Rate data is obviously really important with inflation because they compete. You want them to be reasonably sort of steady with each other, between that happy, around the 2% band. And you can see at the moment it was close on 2% and wandered up. Another reason, the trajectory there, at least the trend is showing, the need measured with all those other arguments or attributes that are necessary in order to shape the decision. It points to a really clear increase in 25 basis points. There's no way the RBA can get away with it. In fact, they should have done so. They should have never decreased by 25 basis points in the first place. We wouldn't have this trajectory that we have now. We all knew that, and our AI told us that, and The RBA just does good what's good for publicity. So that is the inflation graph that replaces. Let's see if I can. I think I've got a copy of our old some of the sample graphs. So that's the old interest rate graph. We will include a couple of these little knobs here on the graphs, you know, when the decision was actually made. And that's the old inflation graph, and that uses the loan calc API. Ideal for PDFs and things like that, but not entirely suitable for your website. So it's really good if you know what you're looking at, but it just confuses most people. Most people just want to see where are we? There, most people just want to see the clear inflation number as a primary, which is why it's now a bar graph, and all the quarterly inflation and the weighted inflation figures and so on are as line graphs. So if you know what you're looking at least you can see that. Now, the currency conversion graph will change as well. We're changing all of these over. I don't like that they share the same left index, because it doesn't give us any indication of whether the rate or the exchange is higher or lower than the Australian dollar. So I will change that. The New Zealand dollar is down here if I move that. So I do want to move all of those and then align all the other indexes off to the right hand side. And we've replaced let me have a look here. It doesn't matter. We've replaced the, I don't know what page I'm on now. Where are we? There we are. We've replaced the comparison versus interest graph, which will reappear, but in a different format on a different page. We've replaced that with the gold pricing graph. Gold bars, it's well, it's not really an open and close time. It's the AM and PM trade. And then you've got the black line here, which indicates the current sell price for 99.8% purity, I think. In fact, I think I've got those figures here. The purity anyhow has to be quite high, and it's based on that end of day trade. So the price that is published, you know, in news articles and things like that. The grey line here indicates trend, which can be removed. In fact, they can all be removed if you need to, but highly unnecessary. So that accesses, by the way, you can access. I've got an FAQ here that deals with how to use the gold API. Now, the gold API is part of what we call the metals API, so it includes silver and platinum and a couple of other metals as well. Contrary to a couple of questions that have been asked of me lately, it is different to the Bitcoin API. The Bitcoin API is on its own endpoint. So you can see here just the endpoints, so the API itself, latest date history, delta, intraday movement, movement summary, volatility, which is always good because it shows us when the most movement took place, so the greatest delta, volatility summary, units, graph data, graph and graph rendered. Those last three, if you know what you're doing with the API, you can just access the API and then just plug the response directly onto your page and it renders a graph. And we do have just a couple of sample responses here in the graph down the bottom. So as always, if you need to access these FAQs, just access the FAQ manual on our website, FAQ menu, sorry, on our website. Just type in gold and that'll bring up the various options that are available for you. So this gold graph, there are a number of things to talk about here because a lot of people don't understand gold. A lot of people don't understand the impact it can have on your borrowing capacity because it is an asset. Every lender has its own gold policy in place. Often, you know, some lenders will evaluate gold as a resale price to someone like Cash Converters or a jeweler, while others will assess it for the nature of the value of the gold itself. If it's 24 karat gold, you're probably looking at the moment Australian prices about, I think, about 7,200, I think, dollars an ounce. In fact, I can see it probably here. 29th of the 1st, it's showing, that's just showing the high-low, you access this figure, so about 71.34 on today's pricing. And the Again, that is for an ounce, which is what, 31.8 grams, I think, or something similar. All those conversions are obviously returned, and you can optionally include them in your graph. There are a large number of attributes and shortcode attributes that apply. So the graph itself, if you want to include that on your website, that is the shortcode to use. Let's see if I can just scroll in uncomfortably there on the screen, just to beef it up a touch, because I don't want to throw this into Adobe. I couldn't be stuffed. So I'll just scroll it back there a bit. There you go. BM Graph Gold, that's all you need with that closing bracket. So BM Graph Gold, and that'll return it with the default height. If you want to alter the height of that graph, use height equals 460. The text that I include with this by default on the graphing page is fairly significant. I thought it was important because it's important to understand the graph, because not many people understand the nature of the closed values and things like that. So the where am I up to? So okay, so yeah, and again, the reason I included it is because it's just every day we've got a lot of movement. You can see why. There's a lot of news articles on gold pricing now because of this particular peak here, where it closed at 77.58, which was a significant high. And if you were watching the news or reading the news, you would have seen a whole bunch of people sort of queuing up at a gold place on Pitt Street. The price that you actually sell gold, by the way, so if you have a gold bracelet, varies significantly based on whether it's 9, 18, 24 karat gold, whether the clip being 9 carat and the bracelet itself, or a bracelet, assuming it's a bracelet, being 18 carat and so on. So there are a whole number of considerations that apply with the sale. So I think, you know, if you're going to sell something for about, if you're going to sell something about 15 grams, you're probably looking at about, at the moment, about $2,400 to $2,600. The variance between gold purchases is very significant, but most of these places publish their conversion figures on their website and things like that. So if you've got some gold lying around the house, it may actually be worth something. So that's that, guys, a large number of changes to this page. So the question then becomes, are we going to include pricing on graphs on silver, on platinum, other earth minerals, and Bitcoin? Well, we included Bitcoin in the past and we removed it because it's just one of those topics that's so often associated with scams. So we kind of avoided that on your website, just looked a little scammy. However, we will put it back on a page that will be completely hidden to everybody, including search engines. And if you want to link to that from your articles and things like that, and this is as a result of the emergence of the number of brokers now that are writing crypto loans and Bitcoin loans, if you want to link to that from within your website, you can. And that's always up to date. Our crypto API is fairly extensive. It's just for information purposes on our end, and obviously because we have an interest in mine and trade ourselves. So that's that, guys. I don't think there's anything else to discuss here. But if there is, I will note it in the FAQs. Again, the FAQs are a point of reference for information that relates to these changes and things like that. I would recommend that you include the gold graph and remove the comparison graph, which will be removed in a more functional way that'll enhance the nature of your website by providing more easily digestible information. Now, on that topic, and just very quickly to close, we do have about 100 APIs that source RBA and or government data sources. And while we include probably, you know, several hundred graphs on your website and things like that, because they're important, they're interactive, they're dynamic, they attract traffic, they do what no one else is doing. Your competitors are not including a live graph on gold pricing, whereas that does play a part in the purchase process. We have to think, you know, broader than, you know, that narrow-minded sort of what is LMI, what is LVR, and sort of think about those topics that have an impact on on the borrowing of those people we deal with. And a lot of people, a lot of first home buyers might have some gold lying around that's been left to them or something else, and it does play a part. It is an asset, right? It is not a gift or anything else. It's a genuine asset. So it's kind of important. Now, of those API endpoints, we will start to, now that we've kind of increased the cost, I guess, of the website experience we provide, and we had to because our website outperforms others by about 30 to 50 times. So we have to then, and that's because we introduce features like this. But all those RBA graphs that we include on, you've probably seen our what we call the Demex. It includes hundreds of RBA graphs and stuff from census reports and things like that. And we're going to just dump them all into your website in various pages and things, and make them as a usable and accessible resource. Historically, the reason we didn't provide them is because we didn't want to support them, but our support structure has changed a little bit with the increased cost. Although at the time of recording this, there are 2 websites available, just 2 licenses available at our former cost, but that multiplies by, 4 times, or it has multiplied by 4 times. That said, there are 2 available at our previous low price. And those websites that will be delivered will actually have all these additional graphs and things in them. So if you've got any questions, give me a buzz, 0400 777 300. Often easy to send me a text message, 0400 777 300. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.